Hello. Okay, so I'm going to talk about shadow sides, light sides, beams of light. So, okay, what does a shadow feel like? We go into the forest, and the trees are standing tall. The snow is white, and the sun is coming through. Clouds, changing clouds, blue, and it's reflecting light onto the snow, and the snow is letting the light cast itself onto it. And there are different spaces in the forest of open snow reflecting the UV light shining bright. There are different parts of the snow that have shadow, very calm, casting onto it. There's blackness that is next to light, that is so deep, beautiful and known. It's known because it's blackness next to the light that created it. And we see the light and we know what it is. And we walk through the forest on a hike during the day and we say, hey, it's bright out. It's bright out. It's beautiful. And it's not bright out. It's bright, and we know what the day is because we can look up at the sun and see that's the light. But we also see shadows, and we see blackness, and we see the blackness against that light. We see the UV rays. We see the trees, their shadow casting lines throughout the forest, overlapping each other, trees that have fallen, roots that are uprooting from the ground. We see all types of things, and yes, it's bright out. Yes, we see the light that creates all of it, but it isn't just light. There are shadows there, and there's black, and there's gray, and there's bright, and there's non-bright, and there's everything. Everything. And it's interesting how even green from the moss on the trees casts a different hint of shadow than a brown tree. Red casts a different shadow than blue. And if we think of ourselves as created from light, and we have a sphere in us in our memories, our different shades of light, mother, father, brother, sister, sort of realities inside our brain, inside our mind, that create certain insecurities and assumptions, or perhaps security. What do we feel? What do we feel we are assuming? And perhaps a memory that we had when we were younger as children, because of course the child doesn't have very many shadows. Just hasn't created those memories yet. So ask yourself what a child would do when it sees shadow. And the sun goes down. The child isn't used to the sun coming back up every day. It's almost like, so a shadow side of us is created because we misunderstand something about something our parents said, something our brother said. Something about the world, someone dying, anything. And a shadow is created within us. We think that shadow is bad. Maybe not just then. Maybe it sits for a while, but when we become adults, we think, oh, why did I think that about myself? Why do I think this about myself? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? But if you think about it, it's almost like when we're in the forest and we look at the shadows, it has to be. It has to be. Perhaps by looking at it too much, we're not looking at other aspects. And how it's created. Perhaps we don't even know what it is. and we have forgotten. Shine the light, cast the shadow, delve into the darkness like you are falling onto a cloud and being caught by the light that is casting it. And change anything and dance and play and learn and love. Misunderstand, because your misunderstanding is creating, and through your creation you're creating the light for your misunderstanding. So just keep doing what you're doing. Sit with it and just be. Who are you? Who am I? Right now I'm herbal tea with a little bit of coffee. Look how pretty this teapot is. You can take how pretty the teapot is and put it into yourself. Say hello. I'm not on drugs right now. Okay, have you ever looked into someone's eyes and didn't stop? And their eyes, their pupils literally change with yours. I swear to God. They